Hello there, Leo, and welcome to your May reading. I hope that this month has gotten off to a great start for you, even though you're wrapping up a retrograde period. As I said last month, retrogrades really give you a chance to let go of stuff, really, and things that you've swept under the rug oftentimes. They'll have a way of coming back. And if you embrace what comes to you this month, in dreams and intuitions, or just like in a phone call out of the blue from somebody, it's going to give you a chance to let go of it. It allows you to get your power back and get back on path on your whatever your journey is. So, like I said before, embrace the retrograde. You never know what could happen. Your channeled information this month is to dream. As children, we're allowed to have all kinds of dreams and ambitions. One day we want to be a lawyer, the next day we want to be a professional sports player, and then after that we might decide we want to be a ballerina or whatever it is. You have all these dreams that are possible. When you grow up, common sense, practicality, and societal sort of pressures kind of make this go away. And so what I want you to do is hold back, bring that back, that ability to dream back in your life. So maybe for you that can come in the form of journaling things that you've always wanted to do, or sketching something down, or just meditating and seeing something in your future that resonates with you. I want you to try while you're doing this to mute or turn down the volume with, oh, but you need to go back to school, or you're not old enough, or you're too old, or you're not smart enough, or you're too smart, whatever it is. Just connect with the dream, feel how it feels to be in that moment where that dream becomes a reality, and then think, I think I can do this, and then change it to I can do this, and then I am doing this. So I want you to work towards the I am, something I'm talking about in a lot of videos lately, to make it an affirmative. The other thing is to pay attention to your dreams, your intuitions. If you don't have a dream journal, fantastic month to begin. As you do this, you're going to start to see, just like we have, all of the major arcana, minor arcana, all 78 cards. Every month, when I look at these, it's no different than if I sort of kept a dream journal and looked at my coded messages in the dreams. You're going to start to understand the symbology, and it's going to open up your intuition in case you want to do more with the tarot, or just, again, become a clearer and more intuitive person. So dream journals, very good. And also connecting with dreams, ambitions, hopes, desires this month, also very good. So for those of you that are new, I'm going to get into the main part of the reading now. I start with the channeled information, and then I like to do a Celtic cross showing the main opportunities, blocks, and whatnot each month. And as I do that, I'll also pull a catalyst card, which ties everything neatly together and shows how to make the most of the month. Definitely a great month for psychic intuition. I see that right there. A little bit of exhaustion coming through for some of you. You may feel fatigued, and we'll see if we can pinpoint what's causing that. Definitely some time and energy balances that are coming through this month where you might be working too much, or work-life balance rather, and it's not happening, or too many social activities. I'm seeing all of that. And let's go straight into the catalyst just to see how all of this connects. Let me shuffle one more time. Got a volunteer here. And we have divine healing. So it says here, honor your sensitivity, retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. So what's really great about this one is it's giving a message for those of you that are caretakers, because a lot of times we will extinguish our energy, we relinquish all of it if someone in our life needs it, whether it's a child, a parent, a pet, whatever. This is basically saying you've got to take care of yourself just as much, if not more, than the other person, because they rely on you. So as a parent, you have to stay healthy so that your children have someone to depend on. So you can't ever let yourself get run down to the point that you're not healthy, because it sets a bad example, and two, what are your kids going to do if you're not healthy? So same is true of partnerships. If you and your spouse, if you're taking care of your spouse, or if they need a lot, you have to set limits and take care of yourself as well. The other thing is, just for those of us that are single, this is about making sure that you don't give too much to your job or to other people in your life, because you can actually go the other extreme where you're with either philanthropy or volunteer work, where you're putting so much out there that, again, there's nothing left. So I mention that this month because when I look at the sort of mid-month point, I see that there's going to be a balancing act that you're playing with finances, time, and energy. And when I looked at your crowning card this month, I see that energy for many of you is actually a little bit in the reverse. So feeling lethargic, feeling difficult to like go to the gym or take a walk or get out of bed. So if you're feeling that exhaustion, exercise the word no when people are asking for things, put limits, or just make sure that you're better about your bedtime. So it's never fun, even as an adult, to go to bed by a certain time. But these cards are showing that you'll be very happy if you create structure, a schedule, and you stick with it. So I'll pull the camera down so you can see all the cards as we go through the month. Your center card is Judgment in reverse, which is showing me that there's a decision that you need, and I'm seeing a lot of Judgment cards this month, which isn't surprising because we are in retrograde and things have a way of coming to like full circle. So with Judgment in reverse, it's saying you might have delayed too long on taking action on something. If you have, you really need to tune into your intuition as to why or why not. Why isn't this working? You already have the answer you need. You're hesitating, and the hesitation's unnecessary. And it could also be what's leading to the exhaustion. So as I said before, this is also a very creative card. So with this, if you're doing anything in the creative arts, even if you're in business, you may have very creative ways of coming to like new financial ways to save money or ways to change the business. So there's like creative decision making is possible, and definitely creative arts, and anyone that is involved with healing or psychic arts, this is a great month for you. But you need to make smart choices, and you need to make the big decisions the first week of the month, even though you're in retrograde, because I feel some things are holding over from April, and it's just going to get worse if you delay it. That's actually the message. When I look in the deep past, first of all, I think a lot of you have been working very hard towards reaching a goal. The Nine of Wands is near completion, and it shows qualification. So whenever I look, if I were an interviewer and I were reading cards, or if I sometimes do a job spread for somebody to see if they're going to get a job, when this comes through, it usually shows that they're very qualified. In fact, may even be a little overqualified. So if you've been preparing for something in your life, whether it's to take a test or get a certification, or just to do something, you're prepared now, you're ready. And I think that's why Judgment is reversed. Just sort of like activate whatever it is you've been preparing for, and don't delay. It's a very important month to be in the know when it comes to your business decisions, your fiscal decisions. So if you're in a partnership and your partner normally does the finances, it might be good to say, hey honey, I'd like to take a look at what you're working on this month, just so I can get an understanding of where we're at, so we can plan some things together. You don't want to give up too much control this month. It should be even, it should be equal. So if someone else is doing a lot and you have time, this is just as true with work as it is with friendships and family. Offer to help. It's going to go a long way, not only to make a better relationship between you and that person, because they see that you're a team player and that you're unprompted sort of just going and saying, hey, I'd like to give you a hand. I don't think that happens that much for any of us when someone is just available and wants to help and love you. So if you have that time and energy, do it. If you're needing assistance and someone isn't living up to their end of the bargain, there's a nice way to gently nudge them and say, looks like you might have some free time. If you wouldn't mind, I could really use a hand with this. You can kind of like insert the request in there and see what they say. The worst that will happen is they'll say, actually, I'm pretty busy, or I was just considering something, but I am busy. Whatever, put it out to the universe and try to communicate what your needs are. If you don't ask, you'll never know if you're going to receive. We talked earlier about balancing out time, energy, money, all of the resources in your life. And this is also about staying well balanced. So with your food, exercise, and sleep schedules as well, it's really important to be balanced, especially since some of you may be feeling either fatigued, or this is about thoughts. So if you're starting to feel like at work or at school or just in your life that people don't understand you, then let's look at the right hand side here, and I think I'll have some insights on how to express yourself more. When I'm looking at your ego state, we have Five of Swords in reverse. And what this is about for you is trying not to get involved in dramas. So the best way to sort of better yourself sometimes is just to focus on how can I do better, not what does my coworker think, why isn't my boss doing this, you know, my mother said this, my father doesn't love me, whatever it is. This is about feeling like you are solid, that you do not need permission, affirmation, confirmation from others. What it'll do is sort of end the codependencies that some of you may be feeling in your relationships, because people will sense that you know who you are and you know what you want, and that's a good thing. It's not like an autocratic or an authoritarian thing either. It's just sort of like, if you're with someone who's confident in control of their lives, it's sometimes very calming because they're not looking to you for confirmation or affirmation, and they come across as an expert, or they come across as just easy to be around. So to have people around you that are also in that vibrational frequency, you need to find a way to make some decisions on your own, perhaps, because we have this judgment card in reverse with the intuition card right on top. So it's basically saying, trust yourself. You don't have to ask all these people. Go with what feels right. All right. And with expressing yourself, when I'm looking at your environmental card, we have Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And the reversal of this one is, again, saying that see yourself as the source of information, of intuition for others. And if you can make yourself the person that people come to rather than vice versa, your life will change. You demonstrate that by just being able to make sound decisions, good changes within your life, and then people will look to you as the expert. So this is about basically changing the tables around. So if you've always been going to other people, this is a month where you start to think, I'm going to search within. I'm going to do the research that I need. I'm going to be really prepared before I ask for information, and I might even come with a potential decision and say, I've been thinking about doing this. I looked at this, this, and this. What do you think? That's a lot better than what should I do? Because one showed that you did a lot of personal work on it and you're just checking. But I actually feel like you don't even need to check this month. So I'm encouraging everyone to be stronger. When we look at your fears, your hopes, we have the Hierophant. And so prayer and meditation, very, very good this month. Also, the Hierophant is about acknowledging some of the limits that exist within your current structure. So if you're in a very big family, or if you're in a big corporation or a politically charged climate, what this is showing you is there's only so much change you can affect this month and at this time. And when you want to decide, do I want to fight the fight, or do I want to refocus my energy into something else? So acknowledge the structure or the limits in which you live or in which you work, and decide where you want to push. Do you want to be an activist, or do you want to just try something completely different? There's an opportunity this month. The last one is the Three of Cups in reverse. What's great about Three of Cups, even in reverse, it's usually about a celebration or something good going on in your life. But this is about also exercising moderation, because Three of Cups can involve indulgence, and the reverse especially hints at that. It also has to do with gossip and making sure that you're never the source of hurtful words. And if you hear other people engaging in that, either like cut that out, or tell them like, I don't want to be a part of this, just walk away. Because this month it could be very dangerous if you engage in gossip or hurtful speech. Someone could hear it that you don't want to hear it. And so why even chance it? So be kind. You'll never really regret being kind, but the minute you say something and someone hears it, and I'm sure most of us have done something like that at one point, you think to yourself, what was I doing? I knew better than that. So I'm giving you fair warning, don't do it. It's going to catch up with you. Just be nice this month, and it'll be a lot easier. You don't have anything to hide. You're transparent then. All right, let's expand the forecast now and take a look first at your health card to see what's affecting your mind, body, and spirit, but especially your mental state, since the Ace of Wands was reversed. We have the Follow Your Heart card, which I've said in many different ways repeatedly this month, which is you know what to do. And sometimes you have to do something unpopular. That happens a lot if you're fighting for something that's right but that isn't popular. So just trust what you have to do and don't ask for permission. So let's take a look now at your wealth card for this month. And again, as I'm shuffling it, I'm looking at the Two of Pentacles, which is reminding me that the message for you is to achieve balance. So let's see if this card touches upon that. So we have Spirals of Manifestation, which is great for that message. This is a month to, if you're not achieving what you want, it's a month to change gears, to plant the seeds, to basically change course. So also with manifestation, what you believe becomes your truth. So I really need you to believe that change is possible. Okay, this card was reversed, so it is tuning into that change in attitude that's important. How you approach your money, how you value your effort that you put in to earn the money, and then what you're spending it on. A lot of times we don't really compute that for each of those dollars we might have spent X amount of minutes or whatever doing work, and then you really have to think, was that experience worth all that time that I put into it? So changing the way you see stuff, especially how you see money and what it can bring you. Money's really energy, and it would be different, I think, if we actually called things out in hours. I know there was a science fiction movie that did that, but imagine in reality if we said, you know, this phone will cost you 3 months. 3 months of your life, is it worth it? I don't know. But that's a way of looking at stuff in a different way, to think, okay, well, maybe I worked that month, or 5 months, or 3 months, or a year, or whatever it is. Do I want that? And so change the way you're looking at things in your life and how much energy you want to put into it. And that includes relationships. How much time have you put into relationships? Because this was about that. Are you putting enough? If you want it to be better, are you putting enough into it? So think less in terms of euro, dollars, lira, etc. Think more in terms of hours, minutes, seconds, because that's really what we're spending currency in this particular life. We only have this body for so many years. So when we go after a particular goal, dream, ambition, or partnership, we give up that currency. So make sure that the currency is worth it. We looked at health, we looked at wealth. Let's talk about love, since I was just hinting at relationships. So let's see what your message is with love. New love could be coming in for many of you. What it says is, embrace this new opportunity to love, of love that is here. This may pertain to work opportunities or spiritual growth as well. So a lot of times when I read a love card and someone is single, they're like, how does this pertain to me? You can actually take the same information and apply it to opportunities on the horizon. So I'm going to try to read for like 3 potentials here. If you're in an existing relationship, 1, there could be an external temptation. You want to be strong with that, but it can also be about approaching your relationship like it's new, because there's a level of comfort, even with friendships, that happen after a while. So try something spontaneous with your love interest, so that they know that you still find them attractive, and hint that you might like to do something as well, or you know, like if they're not picking up on what you want, so communicate that to basically put a little bit of spice in the relationship. If you're single, it's definitely a time where you could meet new people. The only thing that you want to be focusing on is, what does your energy and libido feel like this month? Because you might be working really hard, there might be a lot of energy and output going towards work. You're going to need balance in your life so you can enjoy these new opportunities. And again, with social activities, you might have to say no. There could be a lot of things coming on or happening this month, and it's your responsibility, or it's your choice, to either try to do everything and spread yourself too thin, or to sort of say, you know what, I can't do that, but maybe next week or something like that. And finally, this is about, if you don't want to put your passion or your first and second chakra energy into a person, into a relationship, you can put it into an activity, a passion. So this could be about learning something new. Love, passion, can actually be about something that you just really derive joy from in your life. So writing, if you haven't done that, learning to skydive, learning to, you know, take on some sort of a new sport, hobby, or skill. Whatever it is for you that makes you feel alive and happy and in love with life, that can be love for you too. Finally, let's look at your destiny card. With destiny, this is where you're headed. It is malleable. It's something that you can adjust. So if you don't like where you're headed, you change now. You change the direction. That's why we're looking at it ahead of time. I believe that, at least in regards to this card, this is a changeable aspect of what we see. So for your Destiny card, we're looking at Justice. So this is really important in regards to your relationships this month. And we also have Judgment at the center. Some of you may be awaiting a final judgment. So I do think that's going to come to fruition, or you're going to have a clearer idea of where you stand on this. So if you're thinking of litigating, or if you want to get involved in some sort of a lawsuit, later in the month would be better because you're out of the retrograde. If you're awaiting a decision, justice will be served. That's what this card is saying. And it's for you, so it looks like this is more of a favorable outcome, but all it's saying is the right thing will happen. So justice will be served this month. Now, when we were talking about relationships and activities and things in your life, what it's showing me is you need to take action to make sure that you're treating others right, other people the right way, and that they're treating you the right way as well. So if the scales of justice and balance are out of whack, this is your month to basically bring them back into balance. So yes, try to do what's right. And I keep getting that feeling for you that it's about turning over a new corner, turning over a new leaf. So if that's the case, then go for it. Let's go ahead and summarize everything. The channeled information again was to open your eyes and your heart to dreaming. Pay attention to your dreams as well. Your catalyst card is about divine healing. You can call upon Archangel Raphael, Metatron, or you can work with an avatar of your choice, an ascended master or someone like Jesus or Mother Mary, and pull in that divine healing if you can't do it yourself. And the other thing is really focus on taking care of yourself. So sleeping the right way, eating well, making sure that if you need to take care of yourself and go to the doctor or get a massage or whatever, you do that. Self-healing is really important. As we look at the cards, I can now connect judgment with justice, but looks like many of you are either trying to make a decision. I'm encouraging you not to delay too long. I feel like this is the right time to take action. For those of you awaiting a final decision, it looks like it does come this month, or you get a clear indication of where the needle is pointed. Creativity and intuition are at a high this month, so take advantage of those, especially, like I said, within dreams. Anything that you've been working towards, it feels like you are qualified, but you have to take control, make a decision on that. The exhaustion can be shifted by proper balance in your life. Look at your spending habits and your relationship with money this month. Realize that you have more control over it than you think. Avoid unnecessary arguments or heated discussions this month. Respect the hierarchy that exists in your life and decide when and if you want to challenge it. There's nothing wrong with challenging it, but understand that it will be, perhaps for some of you, an uphill battle. As we expand the forecast and look at health, wealth, love, and destiny, our health card this month says, follow your heart, which is basically showing me that A, take care of your heart. I didn't mention that the first time. So really be kind with the kind of diet that you're eating, low in red meats and low in cholesterol if you can. And then also paying attention to things like blood pressure and blood, anything that has to do with your blood, making sure that it's not too thin, not too thick, etc. So it's a good time to get a checkup if you haven't. But also you kind of know what to do. When you make that decision that is aligned with your passion, the stress goes away and you can suddenly see clear. When it comes to wealth, basically starting to think of money in a healthier light and realize that it can come to you. You're not in a state of poverty, you're in a state of opportunity. When we look at love, new opportunities arise both in old relationships and new. So if you're with someone, you can make it feel like it's a new relationship. If you're alone, you can actually find new love this month, or you can channel it into a creative endeavor. And finally, when we look at your destiny, it's about doing what's right. Not popular, not what's going to give you the most money. Your current sort of trajectory is to do the right thing, irrespective of the fallout, if that makes sense. I hope this was helpful. You have some really powerful messages that came through this month, but overall it looks like it's manageable. If you ever want to have more of a personalized reading or have spiritual or coaching questions, I have one-on-one opportunities to book with me. So I'll put a link at the end and you can look at rates and availability if you'd like to do that. Otherwise, if you'd like to support the channel, you can also make a donation, but that's optional too. To stay in touch, the easiest way to do that is through subscribing to this channel or to my newsletter. Both of those will allow you to know when new videos are posted. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so it's a great way to stay in touch if you're active on social media. Finally, and most importantly, thank you for being here and thank you for taking care of yourself. This is a great way to spend time each month to prepare, to expand your own consciousness, and I'm really honored that you chose my channel to allow for that. I just try to facilitate. So I really appreciate the likes, the subscribes, and all of your comments. Keep them coming. Take care of yourself, be kind, and remember to do what's right in your life. I think that's the closing message. Much love to you. Sat Nam. Namaste. Goodbye.